Welcome back to GMFB. We're live in New York City. It's time to go to Culver City, where my guy Will Selva, the pride of St. Ignatius, is waiting to hit us with some news and nuggets. What's up, baby?
There we go. I'm telling you, no one does an intro quite like Nate. Man, you're going to be my hype man for the rest of my life. No matter where I am, I need like a voicemail or something I use. So well done. Thank you, Nate.
Hey,
well,
listen,
so many players.
I'll be your favorite Flav. Just don't kick me out the group, all right?
Nah, never. We are in unison, my friend, all right? Fight the power. Fight the power that beat. Now, so many players, so many decisions for the Cowboys. 25 unrestricted free agents, 25. That's a staggering number that includes, among others, quarterback Dak Prescott and wide receiver Amari Cooper. All indications point to the team wanting to re-sign them, but there's another longtime Cowboy that could be done in Big D. The Fort Worth Telegram is reporting tight end Jason Witten will not return to Dallas in 2020. Witten can start seeking employment elsewhere when the negotiating window opens up on March 16th. Witten caught 63 passes and 4 touchdowns this season after spending the previous year in the broadcast booth. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero with an update on quarterback Trevor Siemian. Tom reporting Siemian receiving a clean bill of health this week, roughly 5.5 months after suffering an ankle injury in week 2 of the season. This is good news for Siemian, of course, who is about to hit free agency. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport is also reporting the Bengals will be involved in free agency, expecting them to be heavily involved in the upper and middle class of free agents. Per Over the Cap, the Bengals have about $44 million in cap space, and more money can be freed up if the team moves on from quarterback Andy Dalton and his $17.5 million. Now, sticking in the Bengals division, wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is apparently staying right where he is. According to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport, the Browns aren't planning on trading OBJ. Ian says Cleveland is unveiling a new uniform in April, and Beckham is expected to be part of this announcement. Beckham is also expected to be more active at this year's OTA. And Shregs, you remember that report last month where OBJ, the report was that the ideal landing spot for him was going to be back to New York with the Jets. But it appears, according to this report from Ian, that OBJ will be in Cleveland. ... for now.
Well, we're very fortunate to have someone who's covered Odell Beckham the majority of his career. Kim Jones is at the table. You've gotten to know Odell, and obviously you guys have a personal relationship where this goes beyond sports. But I ask you, do you think he'll be playing in Cleveland in 2020? He had this season last year that was not what they wanted, but there's all this rumors that he might not be back, and now Ian's saying because of a jersey reveal, maybe he is. How do you make of it?
Well, he is into fashion weeks every time there is one.
Of course,
so if there is a jersey unveil, he's got to be part of it, right? No matter
Right.
what team he's with. I always expected he'd be in Cleveland again this year. Last year, disappointing for everyone there, obviously. I think he averaged 65 receiving yards a game. That's not his standard. 4 touchdowns all season. He's probably had 4 touchdowns in 2 games a number of times in his career. So I always thought that he would be back. I think we have to sometimes pump the brakes on every report that's anonymous that we believe. But I think there's a lot of we can be better than what we were feeling from Odell, from Baker, from everyone else. And guys, I knew he was hurt all year. I did not know the injury, and I didn't realize it required surgery. Right. I have to believe when you feel better, you play better, right, Nate?
Yeah,
you have to believe that.
No doubt about it. When we talk about a core muscle injury, I mean, that's pretty much how the receivers do their thing. We're talking speed straight ahead, moving side to side, that lateral movement. And when it comes to Odell, he's an explosive, agile player. So you know that impacts him. And Will even said in his report he plans to be more active in OTAs because last year he was so banged up that he couldn't do a lot
of practice. I think that's big. If he's there in the offseason, that chemistry, what's Baker want me to do here? What does Baker anticipate me to do? Never done that. You have.
No doubt.
But that has to be critical.
And we saw that with Jarvis. That's why Jarvis had such a good season, because he had that rapport with Baker Mayfield. You know, it's funny. I said when Odell left New York, we're going to look back at it and say, well, is it really that bad? And then people responded, well, just wait. When he gets to Cleveland, just wait. The wheels are going to fall off. Just wait. We're still waiting. It's not like Odell had a moment.
Let me interject here. I'll play the black hat here.
Of course.
There were reports that during games he was talking to opposing sidelines and saying,
again, anonymous reports. Put your name on it.
Not my report.
Put your name on it.
I don't know who even had the report.
But that's what I'm talking about. Everything. You could say anything about
people
him.
will believe it and they'll run
People will
with it,
believe it, and the tabloids in New York, you know, they want Odell to say goodbye to New York. The tabloids can't say goodbye to him. They can't quit him.
Yeah.
So we put everything about him is immediately accepted as fact. Put your name on it.
Right.
Put your name on it. And I think as reporters, frankly, we should demand, okay, you're telling me this. It's borderline character assassination in some cases, but I need you to identify yourself, because I'm not going to call him a piece of blank in print without someone's name on it. That's not fair. Instead, they do.
Right.
Let's raise our standards a little bit, no matter who it is. And in this case, we're talking about Odell, but no matter who it is, let's not do that anonymously. What's the point of it? It's not fair.
Ugly practice for any player.
Agreed.
It seems like Odell is mostly the subject number one on this thing. To me, it's new coach, new GM, fresh slate, and like the world is Odell's oyster. I mean, there is no bigger personality in the sports world. I would say I'd put him on anything. This is a great opportunity for him to now have an opportunity to be just great on the field and great, as he always has been, highlights and all that stuff, but a winning season. The groundwork is there. I'm excited for the Browns this year. I really am, and I think Stefanski is a good coach to get them there. Curious to see what we get from Odell, Jarvis, and Baker, because last year that was disappointing for all of them.
Yeah, and it's not just about Jarvis and Odell. They also have great tight ends.
Njoku's very good.
And they have running like, so for me, like, they have the running game, wide receivers, tight ends. They should be much more advanced as far as the offense, because last year we saw them hit some lows, and you're thinking to yourself, where's the creativity? With that much talent, and you look across the league, I mean, if you're going to be good in this league, you have to have creativity. I mean, look at the San Francisco 49ers. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs. I know they're Super Bowl teams, but they're the Super Bowl teams for a reason. So the pressure will be on Stefanski, just like it was on Freddie Kitchens, and rightfully so. You fire one coach, you hire another. With that much talent on the roster, Kevin Stefanski, he should have the ability to be one of the best offenses.
And can he learn from some of the mistakes he wasn't a part of? And may I say one more, Peter?
Please.
Andrew Berry. They have a great thinker, a very smart man, a very young GM,
respected.
and highly respected. Exactly.
This is a guy
I like that pairing. Stefanski will be the face, but I like that pairing.
Let me ask you as a receiver, because we do the receivers all the time. We talk about Julio. We talk about DeAndre Hopkins. Last year we had these breakout seasons from A.J. Brown. Is Odell still one of those number one guys?
He is, but he's going to have to prove it. You guys know I love Odell. It's one of my guys, but if Odell messes up off the field, I will look in the camera and tell him he messed up. And if he's not playing well on the field, I will look in the camera and say, you got to do better. Now, there was a combination of Odell being banged up and not being the guy that we once saw, and the offense not being where it needed to be. It was the two evils that met, and that's why the season was what it was. For me, I feel like Odell is going to come back bigger and stronger. Him having that surgery, and then we have to understand he's also a couple of seasons removed from snapping his leg. So he's going to be stronger, faster, and I'll tell you, his goals before the season started were next level. We're talking 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, like numbers we've never seen before. And knowing Odell, he's not going to abandon that because of one bad season. He's going to try to go recapture the magic and recapture the fanfare that he had once when he was here.
I like him with something to prove.
No doubt.
I like that.
And Odell is going to prove something. But you know who else is going to prove something? All